And with the dice stuff, it was like using that knowledge to come up with a product that might actually be useful to somebody, because the dice not useful at all, but sorry, the about screen is not useful, but the dice app, people are actually buying it and using it. And but a lot of it is also learning stuff. And with the dice, it's like, say Apple introduces a new way of doing lighting or materials, or like they did reflections, which was something that appeared in iOS 13. So you could have two metal dice next to each other that reflect off each other. And it's a great playground for that. The other thing with dice and with the about screen, I mean, I started the about screen in 2016. And as you may remember, 2016 wasn't a great year. And I mean,
unlike 2020,
unlike 2020, which is going great. But the point of that was it was an escape. And it was I want to do something fun. I want to do something that is going to occupy my brain. I want to do something that is going to help my mental health. And a lot of this stuff is kind of finding ways to, and this will feed back into the whole conversation about working for home and indie life and working for yourself. And it's like, how do you stay sane doing all this stuff? Some may argue that I've skirted those boundaries quite a bit, but dice is that as well. It's like, the last month has been pretty difficult for a lot of people, myself included. And it's nice to have something that I can play with, that I can do stuff with. That's not like, I mean, dice is a small part of our income stream. It's a nice part, it's not nothing, but it's very small. And the amount of work that I spent on it recently does not, that's not in proportion to the amount of money it makes. It's more in proportion to how fun it's been. And working on something that can make me a bit happier, or, take my mind off stuff. There's different bits of code will work in different ways for me. And like one thing that I can do now, which is a silly thing, is like I can design a new set of dice, just the textures and the, so it's like, it's like a nice set of wooden dice with a little sort of metallic silver inlay on them and things like that. And it's like, that'll take me half an hour or an hour or something to do that. But I can sit down. There's a little thing I can do. It's a very small self-contained thing. And then I have a new set of dice that I can put in the app. But it's something that can take my mind off stuff and de-stress me